Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Command & Conquer Remastered, looking today at a 1 versus 1 between the inimitable Burn15, which is loaded in its ... for some reason, and jamieTD, our GDI player. Oh, of course, Burn15 is playing the Brotherhood of Nod. Who else? jamieTD getting out a bunch of Grenadiers right away, getting that scouting in, obviously important as GDI. Interestingly enough to note, both Burn15 and jamieTD have gone kind of out into the middle of the map. Sometimes I see GDI place themselves over here. Oftentimes with the Brotherhood of Nod, they just unpack at their start location. Interesting, going for that power plant, probably going to kill it actually. There's a sell-off, but that's pretty brutal. Now going for the Conyard, dealing respectable damage to it pretty quickly actually. So that is interesting, actually really damaged there, and I don't know that Burn15 has the wherewithal to try to, for the money really, to try to repair that, so very interesting. Meanwhile, Burn15 has gotten out a couple of Flame Troopers. You saw him using those to clean up the Grenadiers, etc. 2 Hands of Nod, I think that makes a lot of sense. The rate at which units disappear in this game never ceases to amuse me. Coming down. Another power plant taken out. jamieTD being really aggressive, actually. Not choosing to figure out this third Hand of Nod. That's pretty cuckoo bonkers. Yeah, I said that. Cuckoo bonkers. Deal with it. Let's take a look quickly at the economy. Oh, we have the War Factory out for jamieTD, getting a Humvee Light Scout. Burn15 really coming right up to his opponent's base. Got now 4 Hands of Nod. Yep, that's 4. Conyard still not been repaired. Let's take a quick look at the... I'm not really missing anything. Maybe one of these Hands of Nod goes down. A little bit of... Oh, this could be really bad for jamieTD, actually. Second Barracks makes sense. jamieTD is in some financial straits at the moment, while Burn15 is okay. Now a 5th Hand of Nod, which seems a bit excessive. Switching from light scouts to medium tanks makes sense, but the turrets actually trade pretty well for tanks, so we'll have to see how that all plays out. Pulling the tank back, that makes sense. Oh no, but it's not pulled back far enough. Oh, that range miscalculation costs Jamie a tank. So anyway, in terms of economy, Burn15 has 3 refineries. Jamie has 2, but 3 harvesters, actually, because he lost a lot of those refineries. So I like this from Burn15 throwing up those turrets. That makes a lot of sense. Continuing to build endless streams of Hands of Nod. I guess it makes sense. You know, the Flame Troopers can kill huge groups of Grenadiers and cost very little in comparison to that. And these... Oh, I'm sorry, it got stolen. I completely missed that. It's yellow now. So now jamieTD could build Flame Troopers if he wanted. I'm saying probably better than Grenadiers. I have to check the over-unders on that, I guess. It certainly seems like Jamie doesn't seem to think so, because he's not producing any. Now, 2 medium tanks. Burn15 has lost a lot of infrastructure at this point. Jamie's going to use another tank to this turret. Not paying attention to it. There, oh, it's horrible. 2 more shots. One more shot. Oh, painful. Now it's just the 1 tank, and I swear, if he loses this tank, I'm gonna... Thank you. Burn15 hanging in there because of the turrets. Now producing another Hand of Nod. I don't think that one's gonna last too long. Oh my god, look at those Grenadiers. This is actually kind of funny to see, but also to think about. These barracks and Hands of Nod come up so quick that it's basically impossible. Oh my god. Of course, Jamie sold his Conyard and I completely missed it. He does have 2 refineries. He had 3. If he loses this one, that's going to be pretty brutal. But yeah, it's almost funny. These things are so cheap and durable that it actually makes sense to throw up tons of them, because you've got to whittle through all that health, and you can just keep pumping out flame troopers and destroying the tanks and armies. So I think that actually makes sense, and it's kind of hilarious that it makes so much sense to do this. Yeah, another Hand of Nod comes up. Now the positioning gets a little trickier because there's only one turret. Selling off that Hand of Nod, I think that makes sense. So Burn15 still has that con yard. It is damaged, but this army is... Oh no! Oh no! Oh my gosh! It's hilarious how quickly the fortunes can turn around in Command & Conquer. That's one thing I love actually about Command & Conquer, but sometimes that's just kind of painful to look at when you lose an army of like 10, 15 guys to one attack. That felt a little unfair that Grenadier lost to the Flame Trooper. More tank carelessness is going to cost Jamie another tank. Yeah, there it goes. Actually, Burn15 built the turret over here just to make sure the tank got taken out. But yeah, right now, Jamie has 2 tanks continuing to have to deal with this endless stream of Hands of Nod popping up out of the ground. Another one, oh my gosh. I love it. I really do love it. Okay, I think we have the speed up bugs. I'm going to just seek back a little bit. Just watch this tank die again. So what happens in Command & Conquer, and I remastered, is at about 7 minutes, everything doubles in speed. So you just seek back and it fixes it. But yeah, so this is the part of the game that starts to take a little longer if someone hasn't already won, because both players are kind of long distance mining at this point, and neither player has the economy to continue to expand off the back of that to ensure that the dollars keep coming in. And with Jamie, there's no chance of any additional structures coming out at the moment, which again is something I actually love about Command & Conquer, is you can lose this critical piece of infrastructure and just kind of shrug it off and keep going. That turret has a really long range, doesn't it? Amazing. Oh my gosh. If Burn15 wins, he's definitely going to owe it to the turrets and the endless stream of production with the Hand of Nod. It is very interesting that he's never built an airstrip. I guess he just doesn't have the funds at this point. But Jamie keeping Burn15 from producing the airstrip seems to have been a bit of a saving grace, if nothing else. It's actually kind of hilarious and fun to see the GDI doing so well, because usually you go into a GDI versus Nod and just expect the Nod player to win, and Jamie's really holding his own, even though he keeps losing momentum. It can be hard to squish just a small group of infantry. Oh no, the tank goes down. And one of the 2 barracks falls. That is not great for our GDI player. There you go, there's some guys that get squished. But yeah, this is the Burn15 that we know. Oh my gosh. The Burn15 we know and love, doing multi-pronged attacks at his opponent's infrastructure. In this case, not super effective, but that is the Burn15 we know and love. Interesting reversal of economic fortunes jamieTD now has the funds to produce units, but Burn15 does not. It just, you know, depends on how the harvesters decide to bless you or curse you at any given trip, I guess. Harvesters coming down here to the middle to harvest this and not over here. The closer match, so whoops. But yeah, Jamie actually managing to keep a decent income coming in, so he's able to pump up those tank numbers a little bit. The tank comes out. Semi-decent blob of infantry coming out, changing those army numbers around a little bit again. But Burn15 out of resources, because he is not being blessed by the schizophrenic harvesters. I gotta say, this is looking pretty bad for our Nod player at the moment. A couple of minigunners taking out a tank, but that's pretty much all she wrote. That one flame trooper is not going to get much mileage out of his one flamethrower. He just managed to kill a tank and a grenadier, but that's about it. This last, well, doesn't have the money to produce another Hand of Nod. That's pretty much all she wrote. Trying to get enough funds to get some guys out, selling off the Conyard, and trying for the desperation maneuver. I mean, he's got enough income to continue to produce guys, but that Hand of Nod is getting so low, and there it goes. And surprisingly, on basically nothing, jamieTD has managed to pull it off. Oh, we actually had some rocket soldiers out, which is fun to see. But wow, this hyper-aggression really seemed to have paid off for jamieTD. Lovely to see as a fan of the GDI in this game. There you go. That's all she wrote for Burn15.
Battle control terminated.
Wow. Crazy match. Crazy match. The GDI legitimately got the win on that one, so congratulations, jamieTD. I don't know what's going on there with that. I know it's Burn15. I searched for Burn15 in the replay browser, so yikes. Anyway, great game. This has been Wayward, and this has been Command & Conquer Remastered. I'll catch you next time.